welcome to GameMate Corp, a bi-weekly podcast where we reach into the Imagosphere and pull out the next great video game idea. I am the CEO of GameMate Corp, Bryce.
And I'm the CEO of GameMate Corp, Beckers.
And this is a very special live episode of GameMate Corp, brought to you from GalaxyCon, Minneapolis in the year 2019. During this episode, Beckers had a big old sword next to her the entire time.
Yeah, and I handed out, we had magnets, and I put magnets on the sword, and I swung the sword at people to give them magnets. And I think a lot of people took them because of how threatening it was.
It's true. They took our magnets, and they were on a sword. So this will be the last live episode we have for you before we go back to hearing our normal podcasty voices. Hope you enjoyed them. A little look into what a live shows look like. But before we let you check out the episode, Beckers has something to tell you.
This isn't easy for me to say, but supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I did it. I said it. I made it through the word. Okay. Bryce actually wanted me to thank our investors.
Yep.
They're Aaron C. and Alex Weber. And I just want to take a moment to think about everyone. Just take a second to think about how great they are. Just hold on and just, man, they're great.
Did you know both of them were at this live show?
They contributed to this podcast in person too.
Yep.
Gave us game ideas and it was crazy.
Crazy.
You can also be an investor, which will start your slippery slope to coming to our live shows, and go to patreon.com/lastgeek and give us money, and then we'll say your name and then you'll come to our live shows. You don't have to come to our live shows if you're a Patreon. We'll start with Patreon.
Or you could come to our live shows and then become a patron. I'll accept either order.
Whatever way ends up with us having more people in either of those locations, I'm okay with.
People are just like hearing our words. More people hearing our words would be a real bell in our cap.
Okay, let's start the show.
On to the show. And remember, have fun. You are all our new interns, and you have already submitted game ideas. This has happened already. The people who are listening later went through a time space, and it was real cool, and we already have ideas. But before that happens, we're going to tell you our ideas. Beckers, did you actually come up with one yet?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good. Do you want to do yours?
That's what I was doing. It was like pencils down at the start of the podcast. Like, okay, you want to do mine first?
Yeah, do you want to do yours first? Because mine's real good.
Okay. What is that supposed to mean?
You know what that means.
All right, okay. I told myself before this started that I was going to be really supportive of Bryce today because I've been really mean to him lately.
Okay, he deserves it.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
You saw the video and you know.
Sometimes it's really hard to be nice to him just because he bugs me so much. Okay, but anyway. All right. So this first game idea that I have, it's based off of a pun that I told my husband, like around Halloween time, right? So we had this inflatable witch out in front of our house, and I came home one day and it was deflated. So I took it inside because the blower was broken. There's a point to this.
Okay. I'm excited to hear it.
He came home and I told him, I said, our witch is sick. And he goes, oh no, let's throw it away. And I said, no, we should get a witch doctor. Okay. All right. So then now I want to make a game about being a witch doctor. And I really didn't need to tell you about the pun first, but I'm really proud of it.
She just wanted to drag her husband in a live setting.
Yeah. He's dumb. I win.
Okay. okay, so you're a witch who does medicine, I assume.
Wrong.
No?
You're a doctor and you only treat witches.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they do not know the medicine spells themselves.
Well, they don't all know them. It's like in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Madame Pomfrey is the only one who can fix anything. Pretty much.
Okay, so everybody else is just battle wizards.
Not everybody knows how to do everything, Bryce. I'm going to be supportive to you, and here you are. You're already starting.
Okay, so you're a doctor for wizards.
Witch doctor.
Witch doctor. Are they're all ladies?
Yes.
Okay. No men. No men.
They have to go to somebody else.
Okay.
You're a magical gynecologist.
Okay, that's more specific.
It is not.
Got the magic's in the downtown.
The downtown magic. Oh. Yeah. The clinic name's Downtown Magic. Okay, so you treat a very specialized set of conditions.
So if they're having problems with their downtown, they can't cast that good magic.
Yes.
Okay.
You want a specialist to take care of this.
I feel like I'm kind of having to check out here because I don't know anything that's going on below the waist with ladies.
I should have thought about that first.
Yeah, that's really your fault.
Bryce is a virgin. That's funny.
What? Everyone laugh. We should put up a little sign that says "Please laugh" every once in a while.
We should have made cards. So what can go wrong?
with a witch's vagina?
Yeah.
Tell me.
So I'm thinking, first thought, let's just throw it out there. Magical STDs.
Okay. Which you get from?
Magical sex.
Okay.
What can you get? You can get genital warts, right? How do you make that magic?
Bad potion.
Yeah, right. Or like, you know what else is?
They use their own STDs. They've accidentally caused things to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Is it if you get like a bad batch of magical Viagra and have sex, then they get magical genital warts? Or I guess
well, do you know what else? Do you know what causes? I have an idea. You know what causes warts and is commonly associated with like magic is toads.
Okay. Yep. Got it. So wait. You did. There's toads, and they have them downtown. So
I'm just saying. Somehow we always end up here.
Yeah.
Frogs don't kiss down there.
I mean, they're witches. They do what they want.
They got that witch itch.
Okay. Can we? Is there any other STD options we have available to us?
Okay. Wouldn't you know?
No.
Because he's a virgin. I already used that
yeah,
joke, so now I can't use
be
this
both.
one.
They can't be both.
Well,
Yeah.
you could.
Okay.
You could not have sex with. You could put it other places.
What? Okay. What's the witch doctor doing to help with this?
I've been on Reddit. I've seen things.
Okay.
I've read stories. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is about as far as I got.
Okay.
If you can't contribute, then
I
can't carry this
rejecting?
anymore.
Should I do my good idea now?
This is why when you ask if we're friends, I say no.
I mean, I try not to ask.
Because it hurts his feelings.
I do.
When I
Okay,
say
I'm
no.
gonna start reading my deal. I wrote this months ago. I didn't prepare 5 seconds beforehand.
Improv.
Yeah, somewhat. Okay. I have a little thing to set up the game idea, and then we'll explore it a little bit.
Yes, read to them.
I will. The House of Wee. Pee Wee Herman's house has been dead. Oh, no. Pee Wee Herman has been dead for years.
Wasn't his house all 15?
Yeah, well, we'll get there. Come on.
If you were
it's going to be exciting.
If
Okay.
you were well prepared, you would have a slideshow.
Okay. Pee Wee Herman has been dead for years, and his old playhouse has been left abandoned. The house is worse for wear due to years of neglect because someone forgot to pay the gardener. But after all these years, one thing has stayed the same. The ghosts that haunt the furniture are still there, waiting for you. You play as a young child who has only heard stories of Pee-wee's old house, which has had its name shortened by edgy teenagers trying to be funny and succeeding. You're new to town, and after months of being picked on by the class bully for being too awesome, you get him to agree to leave you alone under one condition: if you can stay one night in the house of Wee. So this is a game where you have to stay in Herman's old house after he's died. And I say that the ghosts are still there because, let's be clear, that shit's haunted. His couch is talking to him, and so is the machine that prints out the word that he has to scream. And I watched an episode of this before we came here so I could talk about it, and I just watched the first episode, and oh my god, how did this get 6 seasons? Way more seasons than it deserved. And also Morpheus was in it as a cowboy.
What?
Yeah. he was Cowboy Curtis, and Aaron was like, that's Morpheus, and I'm like, that can't be. Why would he do that to himself? But he was there as a cowboy with Pee-wee Herman, and they were all going to a pool, and I was sad inside that I probably watched this when I was a kid, and now it's on Netflix for some reason. Okay, so I was able to determine haunted objects. Couch, for sure. That's one. There's the head of a genie in a box, which, I mean, he made the wish of you come back next year, and they made everyone chant Mecca Lecca Hi, Mecca Hiney Ho for a solid 5 minutes, because apparently they didn't know how to end the show. There is the computer that prints out the words. Other characters. I know there was several things floating through the air. There's the puppets. Those are definitely ghosts. I don't know how they got to be ghosts, but shit's haunted. I want to make that 100% clear. So when Pee-wee died, ghosts still there. House is still haunted. Also, I'm pretty sure the door talked. That was in the first episode, but it got there eventually. So I think a main component of this game to survive the night, and I think you can have a scared meter that you can't let it get too high, or else your character just bolts. And if you ever say the secret word, you effed, they all screaming, you ain't sticking around.
Do you have any reason to talk the whole time you're there? If it's just you, could you not just not speak?
I don't know, maybe
Hole number one.
But maybe talking it out helps your fear mechanism.
Maybe you have a condition.
Yeah. Maybe you're a podcaster and just need to talk all the time.
That's just you. That's not a podcaster thing.
If you lose the game, does Paul Rubens expose himself to you at the end?
Well, obviously, I mean, yeah, Pee-wee Herman is dead, so he's there somewhere. We don't know what he's doing. Yeah. Oh, he was caught masturbating in a porn theater, so really.
Porn?
Yeah, a porn theater. They showed porn there.
You have to explain these things to me because I don't know things.
You're the innocent one now.
Okay. All right.
So maybe you have to talk because you have to get clues from the furniture for how to get out in the morning.
What?
I mean, you have to talk because you have to get clues from the furniture and things
Yeah, so that's perfect. So you're locked in because as soon as you go in, you were just going to spend the night, but then the door's locked and now you're trapped.
Yeah.
So now you have to get friendly with the couch, who's seen a lot of things because it used to be Pee-wee's couch.
Yeah.
You got to get friendly with the couch in order to get it to tell you the way out. Or the nightstand. I don't know. I didn't watch the show. Everything could be alive.
I mean, yes, I'm pretty sure literally at some point everything talked to him. And maybe they shouldn't have, but they did. And we were not sure if there was ghosts or maybe that was just Pee-wee.
Oh. You could watch that show different.
It was, yeah. I mean, I think it might be better under that condition.
That's interesting. It's like a...
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Are we talking sex toys in the nightstand?
Let's hope not. Okay. Yeah, so that's my basic premise, but we actually have a lot of your game ideas that we're gonna...
I just want to say, he was talking up this idea beforehand.
My
like,
whole paragraph was amazing, wasn't it? I wrote 2 paragraphs to lead into it.
Just smile and nod, and we'll... Anyway.
It was great. House of Wii.
The whole time he said, well, I got House of Wii, that's going to be my game. And this whole time I'm thinking, like, what could possibly be so good about the Nintendo's Wii? And I just, like, had... such a different idea, and then he started talking about this. Okay, so we're just gonna read them all to start with, and then we're gonna make a game out of some of our favorites because
you need that one.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna go first.
Yeah, we'll read them all off, and then we'll go from there.
It's Shark Spank.
Sexy shark doo-doo-doo.
Funko Fantactics? Oh, like, yeah.
Ant Simulator.
Chuck E. Cheese Dating Simulator.
Talk about scraping the bottom of the barrel.
This is After Dark panel, if
It's
anybody...
not that kind of shock.
Okay, I just want to...
You'll understand.
People left, and I'm like, did we tell people beforehand that we're After Dark? We probably should have.
Shortly after we started, too, somebody rattled to try and open the door, and I was like, why do they lock? Does anybody know why they lock? That's like the dumbest thing. Like... Okay, all right. They couldn't get in.
Fire code, maybe?
I don't know. The door's locked. You can't. Nobody can get in. But apparently people can leave. So
Yeah. That's the worst option. We
Yeah,
want them
that's the
in, not
worst.
out. Like Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Dog Shelter Simulator. You draw cards for different breeds of dogs and different actions. The winner is the player that euthanizes the most puppies.
Wow. Wall Simulator. Be a wall.
In Pee-wee's house.
Cat training. It sounds a lot like Nintendogs, but it's Nintendo cats.
Nailed it. Bean Counter. The game where you count beans.
I think this is like 5. Butt Emulator. Okay. Sims Facebook Edition. That existed.
I think so.
That literally existed. I played it a lot. I used to play a lot of Facebook games. Now you know that about me. Marathon training to race day, I think. Your handwriting it was pretty good for not having a desk, but like it could be better.
Criticizing the audience simulator. How to guarantee we don't have a panel next year?
I don't know how we keep getting panels because if you had heard some of our other live shows, like it's very clear that nobody had listened to them that actually worked at the convention because they were very inappropriate. Using healthcare in non-industrial economies.
Okay.
Surprise! It's the United States.
Spoilers. Sleep Simulator. Please have it in 4K. Sadly, I hear Pokemon's getting there first.
I wish we had like an overhead so that I could put this on there so it could be seen.
There is a drawing.
They couldn't open the door. It can be opened. Sorry.
Spoilers. Maybe they left a gap.
Yeah.
Get an indoor panel simulator.
Goblin planters, and there's an illustration. I love it. It's a plant, and it's a goblin, and it says "End me."
Real-time universe simulator.
This is a challenge. I should be good at reading bad handwriting, right? Because I'm a pharmacist. It's the thing. Tanks versus Snake Plissken.
Snake Plissken from Escape from New York?
Is that? I don't know who that is. Okay, so I could read it. I just didn't understand it. And then he's got another one. Or she. Or they. That person. Wizards and warlocks attempt magic to take over the world against modern warfare.
So the good wizards unite.
I wrote that down once. I couldn't come up with any way to fix that.
And a staple of our live show suggestions, fart simulator.
Every time. Con plague. And before I read this, I want to point out, I think we picked these cards up before we read our ideas, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh. Plague doctor cosplayer has to stop the con plague from spreading with old-timey medicine.
That's actually kind of cool.
It's a lot of hand soap, people.
There's more words.
Okay, she's still reading. I'm excited.
Whether con-goers want to or not. There you go.
Forcible hand soap. Convention tech support.
I just want to point out it's really easy to cure the plague now. The old-timey medicine.
But not the con plague.
Not the con plague.
No, it's new and sexy now.
I was just going to say, is it warts?
You have to treat it with leeches with the +2 bonus.
Don't lick the taper. And there's another illustration. Taper. It looks like an anteater. Yeah, taper.
Dive bombing pigeon.
Are you the pigeon or are you being dive bombed? By it.
Horse puncher. I'm picturing cow tipping, but advanced.
Oh, I'm going to give you this one. You deserve it.
Now? Okay.
Yeah, do it now.
Smother the snorer. I just want to say we're bunking.
That's why I gave it to her. You can figure it out. Okay, so it's watch paint dry simulator.
That would go well with wall simulator.
But
The expansion.
but I want to say I originally read this as watch pants dry simulator. And that might be because I used the bathroom at Target and I came away with wishing this existed, let's just say.
His butt was wet.
Yeah.
And he didn't know why.
I had ideas. There was a bottle of vodka in there for me in case I needed it, and I kind of did after.
I thought Target was better than Walmart before. Get out of the pool. Play as a lifeguard at a wave pool that has to flip over tipped over tubes, avoid getting clobbered by waves, clean up poop / floaters, etc.
When you can't afford Disney World, this has two options. When you either are trying to make your own Disney World, but you can't afford it, or when you can't afford to go to Disney World and just need to get something close enough for the kids. Snail simulator.
diarrhea. It's this time. It's the Wii like I thought, like the games. It's not Pee Wee Herman.
Yep.
Herman?
Do you play that one with the Wiimote or with the little floor stand?
Balance board.
Probably you're squatting, right? So like probably the balance board.
So it measures your center of gravity. And
It helps you lose weight in 2 ways.
Okay.
Well, that one's already there. We go. We're done.
I'm picking my top contenders.
All right. Everybody think about something else.
Think about what you would have picked if you were on this side of the microphones.
If we pick your idea, you can get another magnet.
Yeah. If you haven't got a magnet, you can grab one off Becker's sword when she'll go around again with their
Someone
sword.
told me that was a really aggressive way to give people magnets.
We
And
also have
I think
not-
that's why more people took them this time.
Yeah, we also have just magnets here if you want them. Of the poster, which
Don't
will
tell
come
them
back
that.
up.
I got a sword for a reason.
Okay. You got your favorites? I got 3 top contenders.
You first.
Okay.
I'm not ready.
See, I already set it up, but when you can't afford Disney World, I like that as a concept. And so which way do we want to go? We want to make Disney World, or we want the kids to think they're at Disney World?
We want the kids to think they're
okay,
at Disney World.
that seems like the funnier option.
Yeah.
Okay, so we obviously need stand-ins for all the things that the kids are going to want to see at Disney World.
You need costumed people, but you can't use any of the Disney characters because they're licensed. So you have to get those off-brand ones like the people in New York wear. In Times Square.
I mean, there's the dead mouse is vaguely Mickey Mouse adjacent, just not quite alive mouse. So just get him there for some reason.
I thought this was low budget.
Yeah, I mean he's cheaper than Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is expensive.
Well, I'm thinking that
Go down to party
you
city.
hire a bunch of hobos for like the cost of a sandwich. and that's your costume crew, and it's disturbing.
Instead of Goofy, it's like Derpy.
Yeah.
Okay, so Goofy. Okay, Pluto's a dog. You just bring him a dog. Hey kids, here's Pluto. I thought he was yellow. He's not today. This is his off day.
We could have gotten a golden retriever, but this is the one I found.
Golden retrievers are expensive. This is the dog that wanders the streets looking for scraps.
Yeah, golden retrievers never stay in the shelter, so we just got the one that was there. It's a pit bull. You know it is. That's the ones that are there.
For Goofy, you just get a dog and walk on its hind legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get one of those 2-legged ones. Those are half the price.
No one ever wants them. They just creep people out. I mean, a duck. They're out there. just point at the sky and be like, look.
Here it is.
I do feel like pointing at the sky and be like, that's Donald up there. And be like,
He couldn't make it here today. That's why we have this goose.
We're having Donald fly over. He's gonna wave.
But the geese are great because they hiss at you.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that would be excellent. Okay, so we've covered the mascots.
Yeah, with rides. We need rides.
So I'm thinking cardboard on the stairs.
Space Mountain is dark.
Turn the lights off.
Yeah, just close your eyes.
Close your eyes and now you're at Space Mountain.
You have some of the Christmas lights along the wall on the way down.
That actually sounds really dope.
Yeah.
Plastic garbage can rolling down the hill. Shopping cart.
We might need them to survive, so maybe some.
Splash pool at the bottom.
Yeah.
All right, so you got stairs. Let's
Yeah.
go like those big stairs, like in the Joker movie. Those stairs he's on, those. And you put a bunch of cardboard on the stairs, and then you get another cardboard box, and you put the child in it.
You get a bunch of.
And you do it at the nighttime hours, and then you put Christmas lights everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Once you hire the hobos, you got them for the day.
Or
They're the mascots. They're not. They're there.
and this time
You
have
can't
them,
get rid of them.
and this time you have them dress up as like what's that movie they want us to forget about the South? Song of the South. Yeah, you dress them up like Song of the South and have them squirt water as they go down, so it's Space Mountain and Splash Mountain. And now that's 2 rides down.
Have you been to Disney World?
Yes.
I haven't, so I'm leaning hard on you. As apparently I am all game ideas this time.
The teacups.
Yeah, now we need teacups.
Go to the dump and see if there's like an old-fashioned merry-go-round.
As someone who is experiencing some body issues,
Bryce is blowing it out of his butt.
Okay,
I don't know if we said that on the recording yet, so I had to remind you.
I went to an establishment. I came out not feeling great. Things were maybe spinning a little bit, so we'll just take them there. We cover some food, and they'll feel it would be like it was the ride. You were on it, and that's why you feel that way.
Speaking of which, we got to do food now. How are we gonna get that Disneyland food?
What can the hobos make? Well,
we can't let them make it because they'll eat it or store it in their cheeks.
Maybe at the end of
winter.
the day, we can save some money, and there won't be as many hobos as when we started.
Do they have to survive or not?
The kids need to survive. The hobos don't.
Okay, well, those rules weren't laid out for me.
Deep fry random things.
Yeah, you could just fry random things.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you feel. Just charge $50.
Hobos are really good at catching squirrels. That's true. We could do squirrels.
And what's great
Song
is
of the
that
South theme.
Deep fried squirrel on a stick.
Yeah.
what's great is that we can create the game, and then what players enjoy doing the most, then we can set up the Game Mate Corp theme park, and we'll know what we can get away with.
I'm actually horrified by what that park would be.
Based on our game ideas.
Like,
They're making a Super Mario park, and obviously, got Bowser's Castle
definitely
and all that.
come in like a hazmat suit. You're gonna catch something.
Yeah, and full armor. If you can get out alive, you win the park. Did you have one you wanted to do? Because
I have to do this one. I still don't know what it was. So sometimes I write game ideas down, and I write game ideas down, and then I sleep and I forget what it was about. So then they're in the idea channel. And one of these was Shark Spank. And I explained this on the podcast not that long ago, and now here it is. It's back. It's Shark Spank. So
shout out to at least 2 people, at least one person in this room I know actually listens to the podcast, and that's why it is coming back to haunt us. Okay, tell me about Shark Spank. What is it, and why is it, and why did you write it down and make it come back?
I didn't make it come back. I have to do this now.
Okay.
Shark Spank.
Uh-huh.
So
like Shark Tank?
it was a play on words based off of the TV show Shark Tank.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I'll just change one of those words into something else.
It's funnier now.
And now it's funnier, and I'll make a game about that.
Okay.
This is my process. Creative, awesome. Improv, I don't know.
We're classically trained.
Classically trained. We were supposed to go to that panel earlier that was called So You Want to Be a Comic, and I thought it would tell us how to be funny, but I didn't get up in time.
But then the doors were locked when we showed up, and that's how we learned the doors lock.
We showed up 15 minutes late. That's how we found out these doors lock when you close them.
It turns out they don't lock, and they just didn't want us in.
Yeah. They knew we were a lost cause.
Shark Spank, tell me about it.
I still haven't thought of anything. It's been 10 minutes. All right.
She just keeps repeating.
It's a game.
Hey, audience, somebody shout what possibly Shark Spank could be. This is why we invited you.
Help. Okay.
Is it like the little tide pool at the aquariums with the little tiny shark?
Oh my God, yes.
I just had an idea where you have to grow sharks bigger by spanking them.
No.
You have to discipline The sharks have been naughty. See, I'm just...
Spank, you're in charge of the species survival program for certain breeds of sharks.
And you gotta spank them to make them live.
Because they're all kinky. Every shark is kinky.
So in order for the sharks to become in
Ready.
the mood to breed, they require some spanking.
But not too hard.
But not too hard. So it's like Spank the Monkey. That you remember that old browser game? I don't
No.
Oh my God. I don't know. This was all the rage at my middle school. It's a game called Spank the Monkey.
These people have heard of Pee Wee Herman before we're here. You're just pulling out Spank the Monkey, which was apparently a fever dream that you're trying to claim was a game.
Okay, so it's this browser game. It was on, I think it was on like addictinggames.com. Somebody nodded, okay?
They've
knows.
heard of a website, not this game.
Okay, and it was full of ads. You could barely load the page. There were so many ads. You click on Spank the Monkey, and here's what you do. Your cursor turns into a hand, and you fly it across the screen, and you spank the monkey, and it tells you how fast you did it in miles per hour. But then, like, when you turn 12, you realize you can cheat by taking the cursor around the left side of the flash image and then, like, bringing it outside of the little outside of the game window around to the other side. And then you just put it in on the other side, so then it thinks that you, like, teleported from one side to the other. So then your speed is, like, 9999, and then you spank the monkey as fast as it can be spanked.
Does it explode at that point?
No.
It's just the big
that's
numbers.
the whole game.
When you said when I turned 12 and then you kept talking, I thought it was gonna be like you stopped going there and trying to spank this monkey, but no, you learned how to spank it so good.
I learned the optimum spanking method.
When you turn 12, you're the best monkey
So
spanker.
I'm well primed to spank these sharks. It's just the same instead of a blow up monkey
But no,
picture,
because you
it's a
can't do
blow-up
it too
shark
hard.
picture.
If you get 999, then you break the shark.
You break the shark. It can't breed anymore.
It's like the old golf games where you have to get in the
Yes.
middle of the thing.
You have to hit in the middle of the
too
meter.
hard makes it go a weird direction, but too soft and does go far.
Exactly. Yes, you've got to hit it in the sweet spot, in the kink spot,
In the kinky spot.
in the kinky spot. Yes. And
Which
then
is...
In the middle.
about 3/4 of the way up the meter. What do you want from me?
No, I'm saying which part of the shark are you?
Well, they don't have a butt.
Exactly.
Behind the dorsal?
Just the rear area.
The rare area?
Do we want it on the belly or on the back?
Do you have to... Is it...
The underbelly is softer. Maybe you have to figure it out based on the shark's preferences.
Yeah, see, no. I suggest we make this an educational game, and you have to be able to identify different types of sharks, and we'll tell you what their fetishes are. We'll say that, like...
It's like Diner Dash. The different customers have different, like the business ladies always want coffee. Well, the pink sharks really like the belly rubs, you know?
Yeah, so we'll tell you this... name a type of shark.
Hammerhead.
Hammerhead sharks really like it on the belly. So you're looking at all the sharks and you're like, okay, yep, that's hammerhead. I'm hitting him here. And then you're learning all the sharks, and then you're going to the aquarium school and you're doing real good
because
you.
nurse shark. It likes a real gentle spanking.
Yeah. So then you gotta learn the meters and where they like it, and then everybody will
You get them
really
in prime mood, and then you can create new sharks by putting a hammerhead with a mako shark, and then you've got a hammer mako shark.
And then you get a swordfish.
and then
You get a swordfish, and you have to try again because now you're not helping the sharks breed anymore.
and then you create Shark World, like Jurassic World, but
Yeah,
somehow
and then
worse.
somehow your containment system's still gonna fail.
they let you into the water
You've
for
got a
some reason.
franchise building. I feel it. And it all started with Spank the Monkey.
The sequel. Okay, I guess I have to do another one because you just did one.
It was a great one too. I don't know why I was so afraid.
Okay, we actually have 3 minutes.
I wanted to do Don't Lick the Taper.
Oh, do it.
I don't
because
know. I don't have any more ideas. I want to find a way
to say those words because you just did.
Don't lick it.
Don't lick the taper.
Yeah. So you are some kind of creature that really wants to lick the taper.
I was gonna suggest this is a real sexy taper. That one's just really eyeing you.
Have we done any game without bestiality yet?
Or are you the ants that need to not be licked by the taper?
Oh my God, Ant Simulator. Don't lick the taper. Hello. Here we go.
Just put them together. just rub these papers together.
You play as an ant.
Yeah.
And you want the taper not to lick you.
Okay.
So you have to dance your way. I don't know.
So you have okay.
That seems straightforward. Just be an ant. They always do this.
Can I change one word of their game and make it lick the taper? And you are an ant, and you need to lick that taper so he sees what it's like. He doesn't know what she's doing to you. He needs to understand.
It's like in Finding Nemo when they're like touching the butt. It's like all the little ants are like, touch the taper, except the stakes are higher. You're not going out into open ocean and back. You're touching the taper and he'll eat you if you don't do it good. He likes to be touched a certain way. And now to the next game. Taper Spank.
You gotta learn all the different kinds of tapers. There's the one. You nailed it.
You did it. You did it.
But we're gonna give them all names, and you're gonna have to learn the different.
This is Frank. He's into some weird shit.
Okay. As every Game Make Corp episode ends, we have to decide which one of these games we're gonna make.
If you remember any of the ones we did.
I feel like when you can't afford Disney World is a strong contender.
I really like Shark Spank.
I like Shark Spank.
I feel like
everyone
the audience
agrees with me. Bryce, I'm right.
Raise your hand if you want Shark Spank.
Get fucked, Bryce.
Okay, just for curiosity, raise your hand if you want Disney World. I didn't do good.
One of them was his girlfriend.
I believe we are going with Shark Spank.
Remember that time that you thought your idea was better and mine was better?
Yeah, that's, well, that brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you for coming to the episode, recording, coming to GalaxyCon, watching any of this and not leaving. And remember, have fun.